Next person coming to the stage. Very funny. Keep it going for Brandy Shin.
TGIF! Thank God it's Friday. I'll tell you what, Winstons, I'm a little pissed tonight, and here's why. Last week I went on at 6:28. We all know why I went on at 6:28. You weren't sure about me, right? You didn't want to test the crowds with someone new. So after coming on last week, I thought, well, at least maybe I could move up to 6:30, but instead I'm on at 6:20. I'm thinking maybe next week you'll put me on at noon the day before, so that there's just literally no one here to be receptive to my jokes one way or another. You know how everybody thinks they're a comic in their own mind? We have an inner diva, don't we? We all have an inner diva. You know you do. You know you've got an inner diva, sir. I got a smile. Yeah, no, you. Don't look behind you. Yeah. Inner diva. Here's how it goes. For instance, I thought I could be a comedian because I made my daughter, who's 6 months old, laugh. That's what made me get up here. You know, I'm watching late at night at 2 a.m., Kathy Griffith, My Life on the D-List, and I'm like, hell, I could do that. My Life on the E-List. You watch Oprah, you're like, I could do that. I've got a heart. I could have an angel network. I know I could do it. You know you guys do. It's like you write a song in the shower, and then the next thing you know, you want to go to like a Aerosmith concert and be like, hey, Steven Tyler, I wrote a song. I could be you too. I got an inner Steven Tyler in me. Nobody's thinking this is funny. That's great. I love it. Also, since I've been a comedian in my own head, everybody comes out and they want to give you material. I don't know if you've recognized this, but everybody wants to give you material. So, this is a true story. So everybody, how many people like Facebook? Give it up for freaking Facebook! It has connected me with friends from the womb. I'm telling you, friends from the freaking womb, I am now connected with in Facebook. And you know what I like about Facebook? I love the relationship status. Okay, so you can go, I'm married, I'm single, and here's my favorite. You ready? It's freaking complicated. It's complicated. I love that line. It's complicated. I've started to use it in everyday life. People are like, how are your day, Brandy? I'm like, it's complicated. I just walk away. It's complicated. Try it. You can use it in almost anything. Somebody's like, what's going on in your marriage? It's complicated. It's complicated, dude. I don't want to talk about it. It's complicated. I'll tell you what is complicated is, like I said, now since I've been a freaking comedian, everybody's got material they want to give me. And so my brother-in-law, who's a podiatrist, he's very straight-laced. A couple of days after I did my last stint at Winston's, we're at lunch. And he comes and he says, hey, Brandy, I saw your little bit, and would you like some feedback? And I said, sure, I'd love some feedback. He didn't keep it in his bra, but this is what he pulled out of his pocket. I kid you not, this is actually the real deal. He pulled this out, and he handed it to me, and he's like, you're freaking welcome. Okay, so I took the material and I'm like, what the hell? And he's like, yeah, I came up with jokes for you. And I'm like, well, dude, why don't you just go to Winston's and do it yourself? He's like, no, I don't want to do it. I just want to give you your material. You're welcome. And so this is actually the sheet of his material. This is how it opens up. My brother-in-law wrote these jokes for me. He said that these are gold, Brandy, gold. Not sure what that means. You know what? Here's what I'd like to do to him. He's a podiatrist. I want to just like write out a little homemade foot soak, and I want to be like over dinner like, dude, you know that patient you got today? Now, dude, I don't want to be a podiatrist. I don't want to go to medical school or anything, okay? But I wrote out a homemade foot soak recipe, okay? And I'm going to supply you. You can tell all your people, you're welcome. I'm going to supply you with all your recipes from now on, foot soaks and all your prescriptions. They'll come right through me. How come that doesn't work with anything else? It doesn't. So anyway, one last thing, then it's my time. I know last week or the week before I was a little hard on midgets, okay? People were like, great, Brandy, in 3 minutes you annihilated midgets, your mother, and policemen. Last I checked, that's what comedy's about, right? I do have another beef with the midgets, and it's really just because I admire them so much. Those damn midgets, they are doing everything now. Last week, I was at the soup plantation. I go to the soda fountain, and you know the normal fountain? There's the normal fountain. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to get a Coke. But next to it, I kid you not, is this huge Coke machine. And I'm like, dude, why do I need that complex monstrosity when I can just do the old school, I'm getting a Coke. But then I studied it, and I was like, okay, dude, I'm going to give it a shot. So I went to the Coke machine, and I pushed Coke, and oh my God, Merry Christmas, 10 flavors of Coke came out. Raspberry Coke, orange Coke, vanilla Coke, lime Coke. And I was like, hell yeah, it's my freaking birthday! And so I ordered a raspberry Coke, and those damn midgets, even in this economy, wouldn't you know, in that big machine, I just know it. There's a little midget, I'm sorry, should I just say vertically challenged? There's a little vertically challenged bartender. I push raspberry Coke, you know, those midgets, I'm telling you, they can do anything, and I'm jealous of it. So please, I'm not knocking the midgets. I love those damn midgets. It's my time.
All right, keep it going, Brandy. Let's start going. All right, gonna keep this show angry and bitter. Next guy coming to the stage is very funny. Keep it going for Mr. John. No, Brazos out. Brazos out.